Hello, I'm Nate Blair, and this is a second iteration on a CSGO map that I made about a week ago. And I'd just like to go through the major changes that have happened in about the week and a half that I've been working on it. So just as a recap, the level is a pier themed level. You can see that we have some boats over here on the left. Most of the gray boxes are supposed to be crates. Um, and in the last video, we went through the basic BSP layout and looked at timings from both terrorist side and also the CT side to the major choke points and the bomb sites as well. And in this iteration, I've been focusing on uh, adding in the spawns for both sides so that multiple players can be on each side, and then the buy zones that go with that, and then get a navigation to the two bomb sites and adding in some basic textures so that players can tell which direction they need to go per bomb site on both sides. Adding in verticality. So there were two areas of verticality in the map that were inaccessible in the last iteration, and those are both now accessible. And then looking at basic props for the level, and instead of just blocking everything out, getting the final cover via prop ready to go. So let's go ahead and restart the map, and I'll walk you through all those changes. So I don't think that there's any reason to navigate both CT and T side. We can just kind of choose one and go around the map. So as you'll notice, there are the textures on the terrace side here pointing to both A and B bomb site, so we can track these through the map. If we go A side, then this points to fastest path, and this leads terrorists directly to the A bomb site. Another change that I made is that the bomb site does actually work now, so we can plant a bomb if we want to. I'm gonna not do it so that we can keep walking around the map. Let's go back to T spawn and follow the paths to B. So if we go right from spawn, then we can see that this is mid, so it points to both A and B. There's also, you can go around the outside of B, or you can go in between. And here's the final texture for pointing to bomb site B. And here the bomb site also works. We marked it here with the letters, and also the X marks the spot texture. So one addition to the warehouse is that there's a ladder here on the side which you can now climb up, and this gives you a good look at the bomb site, and also covering one of the main chokes and the side CT spawn side choke. You intentionally can't cover the choke that comes from mid, so there is some vulnerability. There's also no cover up there intentionally. So if we navigate from B bomb site, there's also textures navigating from mid and CT side, pointing to A bomb site. The props have all been made the correct size, so in the last playthrough some of these are a little bit tall. Let's go ahead and restart. So some of these props were a little bit tall, but the cover is now all the correct size. So this is giving players a good idea of what the map will actually feel like by adding in the verticality and the correct cover. So you can see we can actually shoot over this cover. Same with this, and then you can intentionally not shoot over this cover. Let's see. You can take a look at coming from CT side. There are textures on the wall from CT spawn as well. If we go towards bomb site A, there's another ladder here that allows entrance to. This is where the crane will be. We've actually added in a prop for the crane to begin adding in the major props. So this will be like a an area that players can get up to and guard A choke. So there's a good outlook over the A choke, but also you can now go to mid through this gap in the boxes. You can also go the other direction. This crate is intentionally jumpable, so there is a way to go around from mid and flank to CT spawn. So we also have added in the major props that have been added into the scene are the two boats. So the distance will have to be increased here so that CTs can't jump onto the boat. That's not an intentional design decision, but the prop is in basically the correct spot because we want to make it so that CTs can see down this pathway, but they can't get a good angle. So there'll be some final adjustments once the props are all in. Trying to get them to match as closely to the blocks as possible. This is the crane model that we'll be using. Over on the other side, the lighting hasn't been rendered for these, but there are crates and also trucks that can be used, or sorry, not used, but have been added to the scene. And the final texture that has been added is this basic water texture. This won't be the final texture that's used, but this is a good placeholder for giving the correct feel to the harbor itself. Yeah, that's most of the major changes that have been made at this point. I think in the future I want to look at the nav meshes for bots so that the map is playable with bots for good playtesting outside of PvP. And then I want to add in the final crates that will be used for cover, and then take away as many of the blocks as I can and add in props for what those will look like. So thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section.